What are you talking about, Willis?
It's Fight Mike.
Yeah, we're back. There he is. The man.
What it do?
Big
What
Pretty.
it do? What it do?
Represent the ATT. He's keeping calm with the GFY. He's got the golden state of mind. And everybody knows that the lion is the king of the jungle. Got that right in the background. Oh.
Let's upgrade some stuff. Hold on, let me cover my nest up.
All right.
Man.
How
you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good. It just seems like every week there's like a pile of stuff that'll just like come on for the next one, right?
Man, it's getting crazy, man, because a lot of this stuff, if you go look back at my profiles, I've been like outlining this stuff piece by piece, like literally. And it seems as though what I've seen now, and because again, there's one thing that people can't take away from me that I was blessed to have is an education, right? And so that's something that they can never say, because I went inside of their institution and got degrees from their institutions, right? So I'm a sociologist by trade, by literal trade. And so what I'm seeing right now sociological is when you're a person who offers solutions, people are automatically turned off to solution givers because we've been programmed to only to really latch on to problems. It's like the whole big pharma thing, right? Big pharma would have no use if they gave you things that solve the problem. There would literally be no use in having pills because they'll give you one pill and that's it. But they have to give you this pill, that pill, this pill, that pill, and nothing heals the problem. It just keeps the problem going so they can keep getting money off of you. It's like a siphon. Yeah. It's the same thing we're talking about sociological issues. And a lot of these leaders, they can't offer solutions because if they offer solutions, then they feel as though you won't need them. And their handlers will see there will be no use in that individual. So it's all a big game, and it's right now it's being revealed. All is being revealed.
Man, dude. I wanted to start out by talking about the Masvidal thing, bro. But like we're on this right now, and I think this is important. Everybody knows they're gonna get the fight talk. Everybody knows you train with Masvidal. Everybody knows that's automatically coming up. All these other news sources are already talking about that. We'll get to that. I'll kind of get your take on that, how it turned out. But I think this is just important because we're all at home. We're all seeing all these things. We got Big Pretty over here. He's like, I won't call him a psychic because he won't take that title. But he says stuff, and then it happens. Bro, it just brings me to that one thing you were talking about. Was that one of our first podcasts where you said, I bet you that down the road, they're going to say this coronavirus can hit you from like 30 feet? You said...
Oh, yeah.
You said that. And then tell everybody what we saw on Instagram. It was like 2 days ago?
So now there's studies coming out from literally the World Health Organization. So that's as quote unquote professional as you're going to get. Expertise where, that's something that people have to at least take seriously. I'm not saying you have to believe it, but you have to at least take it seriously. And the World Health Organization came forward and said that when you cough, you can literally infect somebody 30 feet away from you in all directions. So literally what they're about to do, see, this is all, in my mind, it's simple. It's just hard sometimes to get it from my mind to put it in words so people can understand it, right? Without me sounding like a raving lunatic, right? That's all it really is. And so everything is in order to introduce the mark of the beast, and that's biblical. Everything is. So they're telling you can't go in stores, you can't buy things if you don't have a mask on. That's programming you.
It's one step away. That's one step away.
It's irrefutable. If you don't believe that, you're literally a moron. Like at this point, that's what it is, right? So right now, and I'm going to tell this to the world. Right now, in Australia, they are doing a stress test in, I think it's Melbourne. Have you heard about this? How they're locking down a whole bunch of the projects in Melbourne. Because, you know, anywhere that the colonizers come, they always build projects, just like in the ghettos in New York and Oakland. They do it everywhere. And it's called a project for a reason. This is where they study their stress tests. So they lock down literally like 6,000 people. I think it's about 6,000 people, where all of a sudden they said because of coronavirus, there's like 100 cases out of 6,000, they said, right? And so they locked down. You go look it up, guys. They locked down, and when you look it up, come back, subscribe, like, and share. Hey. And then what happened is they locked down the building, so nobody can get in or out. And that happened in Australia. Do you think that's not going to happen in places like New York next?
Yeah, dude.
And people are not even paying attention. It's sad, honestly.
They're like, okay, how can we just make the people content to stay at home so they don't get mad at us, so they don't. Well, some people start acting out, right? But how do we get a bulk of people to oblige and just follow the rules without getting mad? What do? Let's give them an extra $600 unemployment.
Yep.
Every week.
That's it.
So people don't even want to go back to work, bro.
Yeah.
So they're like, the government's our friend. What are you talking about? They're taking care of us.
Yeah. It's the whole welfare thing. If I offer you welfare, what happened? So they did the test. Again, they do the tests in the brown community always, right? That's how it happens. So what happens is I give you all these government handouts. So women in the 90s especially, what did they start doing? They said, well, shit, I don't have to work. I could just have kids. And then brown people started to go everywhere. So then what happened? Then there was a resurgence in the abortions. It's a cycle because there's always a double other end of the sword. So they plan for one thing. And, God is an awesome God, man. Right? Because there's always another angle that they never see. Then they have to scramble.
Bro, dude, it's getting really real out there, bro. And I think people are they're content to just go on social media and argue, dude.
Man.
Which one of my friends is racist? Or look at what that guy's saying is racist. They're not paying attention to the real thing that's going on, bro.
Yeah, man. They don't.
Like that post that you sent to me about
which one was this one?
All the ones that they were marching in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Oh my goodness!
Right?
If that wasn't COINTELPRO, so remember, even Martin Luther King, even he was an agent. It's been proven now. He was an agent. He was in the White House having all these meetings. They were telling him when to march, when not to march. You understand? It didn't get out of line to him until he said that speech where he said, my God, I think I made a mistake and led my people into a house that's on fire.
Man.
Then he starts saying, when he said that, it was like, he got to go.
And then he's dead.
Right? Then he was dead.
Damn, dude.
Right? I'm all about, so in all reality, Caucasians or white people, they live separate but equal. Right? They have their communities. It's all like when it comes to rich and poor, because that's how they see it. They don't really see it like color like we see it. right? So I mean, I don't see it that way. I see it more class. I see other things. I'm not really fixated. So it's kind of like the thing, like the Obama thing. A lot of people love Obama not because he passed policies that help them. It's just because he has brown skin. Identity politics. Same thing with Trump is going on right now. We're seeing in society. It's just the opposite end of the spectrum.
Bro, it's fucking bad, dude. Like,
yeah.
If you even say anything that looks like you're leaning one way,
crazy,
you get attacked, bro. It's like,
yeah. Hey, that's why I'm happy that I'm me. You know why? Because I can speak freely. I don't care.
Neither do I.
Right? The truth, exactly. So the truth is the truth.
So if you're gonna get mad at me, I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for telling you the truth.
yeah, man.
It's like, what are you making me apologize for? Tell me the truth for hurting your feelings.
So what? How do you think, or what? Sorry, what do you think is the long run consequences of quote unquote white people not being able to speak freely? Like if they say anything, they're losing their job, they're losing everything. So there's going to be consequences for this. And they're literally, and this is something that I don't get people, they're literally provoking a race war. See, me, I'm about solutions. And sometimes you have to bleed, right? That throughout history, that's just reality. But it's not between necessarily races, right? Because remember, race was something that's a social construct that was created by colonizers. Because if there's a race war, they're going to pit the Mexican versus the black, the Cuban, you know what I'm saying? Like, so all the people who were originally brothers are going to be against each other, right? So it's not about race, it's about civility. It's them, the people who were making the policies versus the people who get the short end of the stick, period.
You seen those new, I got an email from this company in Knoxville, Tennessee. So they do all of these medical studies. So you gotta go in for like 6 days. You're basically a lab rat, right? There's a big one in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I've signed up for a couple of them. I didn't do them, but now I get all the emails telling you what the next study is, when it is, see if you qualify. Got one this morning, bro. And guess what it said? Oh, I sent it to you. The one about the vaccine for coronavirus. Yeah, bro, if people are not paying attention, dude.
Not at all. Not at all. It's sad, bro. It's sad.
They're gonna make a vaccine, ladies and gentlemen. There's never been a coronavirus vaccine ever, right? They're gonna make one, or they're gonna say it's one.
Yep.
But that thing that you're putting in your body, you're not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
That's literally all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
And I'm not no ridiculous conspiracy theorist. I'm not a Jesus freak, although I believe. Well, I just like telling people the truth, man. I cuss. Yep. I do stuff I know I'm not supposed to, but that stuff is real, dude. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and they just have a way of desensitizing it all, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So let's go and let's talk about where the conspiracy theory lingo came from. That came from post JFK assassination, because people were starting to figure out that this was a setup. So what the CIA did was they created a catchphrase. They said, "Oh, these people are conspiracy theories," and they put a negative spin on the same. So even today, when you tell people the bona fide truth, they say you're a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Which does what to the truth? It muddles it.
Yeah.
And then
it breaks it.
Yeah. And so they're literally doing what the CIA programmed them to do. And then the worst part about it is, once it already happens, right? So once that conspiracy theory is shown as being true, people today are so arrogant. Instead of saying, wait a minute, you guys lied to us, they're so prideful that they just keep going.
Yeah.
And then the cycle continues. And we keep getting food and food and food and food and food until it's going to be endgame. Period. Right? Literally.
So I saw one of my friends posted the stats from the World Health Organization.
Yeah.
It says it was like a 99 point something survival rate of the coronavirus.
99.7. 99.7. Why are we in our house?
How come there was no shutdown for SARS, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine if there was a resurgence of SARS? What would they do then? Just tell us, hey, you know what? Just stay home and kill yourself.
Yeah, kill yourself.
Because it's so bad.
Yeah, Ebola. All these are worse.
Dude, what is happening, bro?
We know what's happening. They're scared. That's what it is. They're scared, so they have to keep us in the house. Remember, before all this was happening, what was happening socially? You had Hong Kong outside. You had Italy outside protesting. You had different countries protesting, saying, hey, we're done with this. So they had to do what they do best, and that's offer distractions. So what happens when you lie? In order to keep the lie going, you have to create a bigger lie.
You got to keep lying.
Yeah, so what's next?
There's going to be a third thing. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Things come in threes, bro.
Yeah, and so talking about that, so I know I broke down Trump, right? Trump being the waster, biblically. So biblically, Trump is the waster, the person who comes in and tears up the very fabric of everything, rips off all the scabs, right? And so, you know what I mean? So we were going forward as a society with a whole bunch of scabs, right?
Yeah.
The person who comes after him is literally the Antichrist. Period. I'm saying it here now, and again, people are going to watch this, you know what I mean, and say,
they're going to say you're crazy.
Yeah, say I'm crazy, of course. But I'm saying, so, and again, the sad is some Christians will say I'm crazy because they don't read the Bible.
That's crazy, man. It's like they call themselves something, but do you know the facts? That goes for anything, dude.
You don't know the facts. So after the waster, right? So look up waster in Bible verses. Just go search that and go dive in. It's in the book of Ezekiel. It's all over the Bible. Where you'll see parts where it talks about the waster. And then after the waster, there's a person who brings peace. This man calls himself Jesus. That is a blasphemy.
Crazy, dude. And people are gonna really think he's Jesus, bro.
That's simple.
That's in there. Even I know that.
Yeah, and that's simple. No, bro. So you get what I'm saying? So his job is literally. So there's a whole bunch of options, but I'm just gonna say the surface level one. Besides the fact that I know he could be the Antichrist, I'm about 75% sure now. Right? His job, surface level, is to come and steal votes away from Biden. He's working for the man.
Yeah. Yep.
To split the black vote. It's not slick.
Man. Bro, people don't even know what they're even arguing about at this point.
They don't. And then when you try to tell them, they laugh. You saw it. They laugh.
I've seen stuff that you commented on, and then something will happen, and they'll come on your page. Hey, you were right about that. I've seen comments on your Instagram. Damn, Justin, I saw you talking about that the other day. You're like, yeah, people said I was crazy.
Yep, exactly. Right now, I'm coming to these conclusions. This is why, especially brown people, they don't like me. A lot of brown people don't like me because I am the quintessential field Negro. That's what I am. I'm free. My mindset is free. And so all of us, because literally I got in an argument with a well-known brown man, and he said, there's something about you I just don't. Nigga, because you a house nigga. It's a different energy. Right? It's the same thing. So remember during slavery, when a runaway slave ran away, who told on him?
Another slave, right?
Another slave.
Yeah.
That bloodline is still here.
Dude. Man, dude.
Right? So your people went through the same stuff my people went through. We are the same people.
You get the work for you personally. Your worst haters are black, right?
Always.
My worst haters are Mexican or Latino.
Yeah.
But they do it like on the backside, like on the down under, like on the little pampered little sissy way, bro. Like
yeah. Because
they don't want everyone else that are Latino to see what they're doing to me.
Exactly.
Like little pampered little bitches, dude.
It's like that, right? Because again, but that's literally what they are programmed to do. That's why it's hard for our people to progress, because it's our own people that are holding us back. Our people do not grasp onto the free thinkers. We grasp onto the high thinkers, the people who are saying shit we already know. It's people like myself and like yourself that push the envelope of creation of thought.
Yes. Yeah.
But we are the ones that they try to suppress the most. So you heard the word coon, right? I can say that because you heard the word coon.
Yeah, I heard that.
So people always think that the button-up sellout guy, hey, how you doing? That black guy, they think that's the coon. That's not the only coon. That's on one end of the spectrum. On the other end is the guy who says, what's up, my N-I-G-G-A? You know what I mean? Perpetuating stereotypes.
Same thing, really, right? Just
Same thing on the other end.
Yeah.
Because who gave them those stereotypes?
The same person.
The same MFing person.
Yeah.
So this is what we don't think about. So the gangbanger, the rapper, the one who perpetuates the stereotypes and shows the whole world, those people are coons. But we glorify it. Like, again, I'm honest. A guy like T.I., how do you go from, or Jay-Z, how do you go from telling the whole world, calling all our women the B-I-T-C-H and go sell drugs and do this, and then you say you want to help the community? You're the one poisoning it.
Yeah, he's always doing this. Ready?
There you go. There you go. But our people are blind.
They do it all the time, dude.
Yeah, man. But pretty soon, all will be revealed. But by then, it's going to be too late for these people who are just sheep, because they've been getting led by the Judas goats.
They don't even know what it is.
They don't even know what that is. Look up Judas goat. Holla.
Damn, dude. Matter of fact, if you're in the MMA community, you'll probably appreciate this one. To go off of Judas, So people are calling Masvidal, of course, they're doing it out of comedy. They're calling him Street Jesus or whatever. The people that are trying to hate on him are calling him Street Judas.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's free information right there. So look it up.
Hey, but the thing about Judas is, so biblically, almost every name, I'm talking about outside of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Like Judas, or even Judas, there's a Judas that they take out of the Bible. And his name was Judas Maccabees. Right? He's one of the Maccabees brothers during the Roman enslavement. Okay. And he was one of the G's of the Bible. The polar opposite of Judas Iscariot. I can't even say it. The sellout one. Judas Maccabees. Look him up. A beast. He fought against the oppression. So yeah. So if Masvidal knew that, he could say, "Yeah, I'm Judas Maccabees, a warrior." Hey, see, this is why people don't want to argue with me, because I know these type of facts.
Oh, you hit them with facts. They can't do nothing, dude.
They can't do nothing. So yeah. If I were to say, yeah, say your name is Judas Maccabees and make them go do a history lesson.
That'd be a good one, right?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, speaking of him, man, hey, I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him because he's using his platform the way he should be using his platform. He's not being a company man, but you get what I'm saying? He's not really being the company guy. He's being the guy that's doing what he needs to do to push his products, which is him.
He held out until the right thing came, which was Usman for the title.
Yep.
And look where he is.
And he's in a win-win situation. I think he's going to shock the world. I'm about to keep it 100. If I put it out of 10, and from my percentage of him winning, I think it's about a 69% chance of winning. I don't know what those odds kind of go, because when I watch Usman, he looks kind of shook a little bit. But it's a fight. At the end of the day, it's a fight. And but he's in a situation where I don't see any type of loss for him besides the loss that happens. But if it's a good fight, you have to give an immediate rematch because it's only in 6 days. The whole world is going to demand that, right? Yeah. So that's going to be more money. But I do see him. He could shock the world. If he shocks the world, he's immediately the number one MMA fighter on the planet Earth. Period.
Bro, I was telling my girl yesterday, because she kind of doesn't really follow it, besides stuff that I tell her that's happening.
Yeah.
When I found out that, because I just came back from Florida. When we found out about it, and I was like, Masvidal's fighting for the title, and she was like, I was like, so he had the BMF title, and Usman was supposed to fight up against Gilbert Burns, and then Gilbert Burns got the COVID. Because I showed her that article, and she's like, oh, and now Masvidal's in his place now? I was like, exactly. I was like, you want to know what happens if he wins? She's like, what's that? I go, irrefutable, he will be the most famous fighter in the UFC.
Period.
And anybody who says that, you're just being a hater.
Yeah. And he would literally, remember we talked about this on one of our first podcasts, where I was talking about the position he's in. If he plays it right, and he played it right, he probably listens to this podcast on Undercover. If you are
on the under,
hey, like, share, comment. If you think he watches it, he just might. But he played his cards perfectly, and he made them. He put them in a situation where they needed him, and that's rare for the UFC. So because he saved the day. But if he wins, he has them in handcuffs. I'm talking about handcuffs.
Bro, he's going to be straight paid.
Yeah. I'm talking about paid. He fights wherever he wants to fight, whenever he wants to fight, whoever he wants to fight. He's the one coming up with the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because the world is going to want to see him fight again.
Oh, dude, this is, bro. This
Yeah.
is. I'm fucking excited about this, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. But if he does, I want to be fair, because of he wants to be in the media. If Usman wins, the thing about Usman is he's dry, and like it's like an act to me. You know what I mean? Me personally, that's what I think. I could be wrong. I don't know the guy personally, but it comes across to me kind of like an act. That fake ass LL Cool J shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I was noticed that too.
Yeah, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of swagger where it's like, bro, you're the champ. Relax, man. Just be you, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel it's way different than Adesanya's.
Yeah, Adesanya, you have to respect Adesanya. Adesanya is a lot more of a natural character. And
Am I right about that? Like,
you're right. You're 100% right. He's more of a natural character. I feel like so it comes across more natural, right? And you can tell he's probably goofy behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Like he's being more of his natural self, and the more of your natural self you are, either you'll be loved or hated, right? So the guys that are in between is usually the guys who are artificial, right? You know what I'm saying? The guys who like, you know what I mean? So I'm talking about on a mass scale, fans wise. So if the fans hate you, that usually means you're doing things that they hate. But at the end of the day, they still love you. And if they love you, they love you. But if they're like in the middle and they don't hate you or don't love you, it's usually because there's some artificiality there. That's just what I've seen.
That's true, man. That's true. Like, if you're in the middle, it's because they're not, especially if you're a champion or in the position to be a champion.
Yeah.
Or let's say, my profession, you're an actor. Let's say you're in the media.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are seeing you, but you're not really making a statement, whether like a whole bunch of people like you and a whole bunch of people hate you. That's because people are not grasping with you. They won't grasp with you if you're being fake at all.
Yeah.
You have no choice. It's like I go through this a lot, like with my acting stuff. Like I go watch my audition tapes. I go watch it and be like, I didn't believe that guy. Like there was something not real about the way that I said this. My behavior wasn't what that character would really do. I can actually see it now. And you can watch it with people's behavior, bro. I know you naturally do that. I've known this since I first met you. All you got to do is pay attention to people's behavior when they're talking about something. Yeah. Especially if it's something emotional. It should strike a chord. It should hit a chord that's going to make them do something like in their physiology. Like when you go watch like Adesanya on Joe Rogan's podcast, when Joe Rogan starts asking him questions where it looks like he's about to laugh because like you'll see him, he'll go, it's because he's being himself. His behavior is who he is. Yes. Yeah. Bro, I'm not trying to say I know like all that shit, but from where I'm at, being somebody in their 40s, studying acting. I mean, the only way I'm really going to book those really in-depth roles like that, bro, is if I hit those marks, and I've done it. Yep. I know I've done it. Yeah. So I'm able to see behavior, bro. It's like you could spot a liar, somebody who's trying to play you. Yeah. Not many people can play you, bro. I know this already. No, but hey, that's why a lot of people dislike me personally, right? Because you can't play me. So they're like, fuck that guy. And they go, right? It's kind of crazy. So, my stories, right? I put a lot more stuff in my stories on Instagram than I do on my wall. Yeah, I see. Yeah. So, like, on my wall, I'll post something and it'll get like 200 likes. But if you watch my stories, it'll have like 3,000 views every day. But that lets you know right there of people's, not necessarily the behavior, but like, I guess it kind of is. Some of them want to like or say something, but they're afraid to say it. So on your regular feed post, they can't like or leave a comment because all these people are going to see it and they're going to get attacked.
Yeah.
So you're known who is really looking at your stuff, dude.
Yeah.
By your stories.
Exactly.
Because nobody else knows that they're looking at it unless they tell them.
Every day, 3,000, 4,000 sometimes. People just watching my stuff every day. Like, and then I'll post that same thing on purpose. I do, again, I'm a sociologist. I'll post the same thing and those same people won't. It's kind of funny because I'm not talking about things that are artificial in society. I'm talking about things that are real in society. And a lot of people, like I said earlier, they're intimidated by solutions. Right? And in the brown community, I can understand because every single leader that has come forward offering solutions, what happens to them? Bang, bang, bang.
Dead.
Right? Dead. Right? And so, there's certain people, I don't have any fear.
Yeah.
I just want your kids, my kids, their kids to live a better future, because if you go and you look, we've been complaining about the same thing for the last 50, 60 years. Every 10 years, 60s, civil rights, 70s, right? 80s, the 90s, Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep doing the same thing over and over. Police brutality, this. When are we going to have solutions and stop complaining about the same thing? Because when you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, what is that?
Insanity, bro.
Insanity. It's insanity. So they got us fucking bipolar, right? So you got 1 week where brown people, including your people, our people, right? But I'm saying Mexicans. Yeah. I don't mean like separated, but you get what I'm saying. To be more specific, 1 week we're celebrating, let's say Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Next week, right? You got the same people who are celebrating Juneteenth celebrating July 4th, right? And so the meanings are literally contradictory. You got people up there talk about Black Lives Matter, but still, celebrating colonizers' holidays. They got us so messed up mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
The first step is admittance, just like anything else. Then we can start actually progressing to solutions. But the one thing that I will say about the brown community is that we live off of pride, brown pride.
Oh, dude.
Black pride. It's crazy. Pride. And pride comes before what?
The fall. Pride's good for sticking you together strong, but once there's a conflict, that pride is what kills you.
Kills you. Kills you.
Dude, bro, pride ruined my whole family, bro.
Yeah, I bet.
It ruined my whole family, bro. After my brother passed away, then my dad passed away. Yeah. A whole bunch of cousins. I don't even talk to like any of them. Long story. It's people's pride because pointing fingers saying that person should have did this, that person was wrong, and them not being able to tell full stories about certain things that happen because of their pride. They don't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
And I know some of them probably talk about me, but they'll never say it to me.
Yeah.
And I've literally had like on Facebook, like on different people's pages who are like friends with some of my cousins I don't talk to. They've said stuff like passive aggressive stuff and called them out on it, bro.
Yeah.
So you guys are all fake.
Yeah.
And guess what they do? They're not in my inbox trying to like question me or like challenge me on what I said because that's the truth, bro.
Yep. So they just ignore you or ignore it.
Oh, we don't talk about you. What are you talking about? We don't talk about you, Mike. Bro, they're the biggest gossipers, bro, ever. I'm like, who are you lying to, bro? Like, all the way up until my brother passed, I've seen it all the time. That's all you did. That's all your mom and your dad did.
Yeah.
That person talking about that person this one weekend. But then that next weekend they're hanging out with them and talking about them.
Yeah,
Bro, it's ridiculous.
but that's literally what they did to our families.
I know.
Right? They made it so it's like that. There is no unity in the brown households, and that's a part of the curses. Right? My family, same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you were the black sheep.
I'm totally the black sheep for the fact that I'm an actor and I never been married. Can you imagine what type of comments that they said about me, bro?
What is this?
Because I've never been married. Oh, he's an actor.
Like,
oh, I wonder what he's doing then. How come he's never been married? He doesn't have any kids.
Yeah. Crazy.
They're like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be family, huh? Yeah. And I'm the only one who's calling you out, saying stuff, and I'm the one who's making fun of you right in front of everybody.
Yep.
Well, I wonder why.
Yep.
And I wonder why you're not in my DM saying, hey, Mike, I heard you're in town. Want to meet at the gym, put the boxing gloves on?
Nope.
No, they don't.
No, man.
I'm not trying to say I'm a professional MMA fighter like you, bro, but when it comes to shit like that, we can put the gloves on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hey, because my dad was a bad motherfucker.
Hey, so do you think anyone gonna go hands with you? What's up? We gotta set this up now. Mike versus cousin Placencia. Hey, he's like,
hey, you want to know especially why none of them would do it right now?
Why is that?
Especially right now. We're all in our 40s. All of them are fat, slow, out of shape. I'm not, bro. I'm on point right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm doing fucking spin kicks and everything right now.
Yeah, man. Hey, isn't that crazy? Hey, when you were younger, were you the one that they picked on as a kid?
Actually, bro, this is not a dig at him. This is just like, I'll explain why. My brother actually picked on me, but here's why. Yeah. Because I was really quiet. I was really insecure. I wasn't outspoken. So I was looked at as like, I was a middle child. That's the best thing that could have happened to me. My brother making fun of me, bro. Like, he got me ready for the world, bro.
Yeah.
So some of them kind of did, but as I got older, when I became more beast, they didn't make fun of me.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Like nowadays, if you make fun of these kids,
don't cry, bro.
Oh my God! Oh.
Don't cry.
Oh, please.
Can you? Hey, I was telling my girl, I was like, I go, if my brother or my dad or both of them were to come back for one day just so they could see what's happening, the first thing they would do is be like, why do people complain on that thing called Facebook and Instagram? My dad would go, what a bunch of fucking sissies.
Yeah.
That's exactly what my dad would say.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't complain, or you're not on there complaining, are you? I'd be like, hell no, I'm making fun of people.
You know what's crazy is, so people are either complaining. So complaining to me means lack of solutions, right? So either they're complaining or it's all like a vanity picture, right? Have you seen like these girls now that put like this vanity picture of them with their butt showing, saying, and then some fake ass woke statement underneath it.
Oh God, that's all day. I see those all day.
And it's so sad because like they think that they're doing something, but then you post something that's actually beneficial to society, and those same people will ignore it.
Hey, Rogan actually talked about this on one of his recent podcasts, believe it or not.
What did he say? Talking
about how people on social media are like putting those motivational memes and like, who the fuck are they, bro? Like, he kind of made fun of them too, bro.
It's the truth though. That's literally the truth. Like, so like today we see a whole bunch of these people, right? They're not motivated, nothing. But on social media, you can be anybody you want to be.
That's it.
And that's why people are literally psychotic.
Everyone has a voice now.
Man, some people shouldn't have not a voice. Some people shouldn't even have air to breathe.
Hey, it's bad right now, man.
Yeah, man. They're doing it on purpose.
Right? Oh, you heard TikTok's getting banned. You heard about that, right?
That shit was on my wall too because it's owned by China.
So they banned it in India like 2 weeks ago, and
it's collecting all the data.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen 2 weeks ago because I know this girl who she married this Indian guy. I've known her from LA. I saw she put on Facebook because I'm friends on her Facebook. Well, that was fun while it lasted. And she put a screenshot of her TikTok. It was blank. It had her name and it was like a blank thing. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And she's like, they just banned it in India. And then as soon as she said, I was like, why? She's like, because India has issues with China. And I was like, oh, we're next. I was like, Trump doesn't like them. I was like, oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So today is Wednesday. I'll say by this weekend, it's gone.
Everybody, go look at my posts from right before Corona hit. I talked about TikTok being owned by China and how they were using it to pilfer information and how it would be demolished.
Bro, there's been like 40 things that you've said, 40.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, go look on my wall. Literally, go look. It's like I can't go back and put it on my wall. Go look back on my wall, Instagram. I talked about this TikTok.
I'm gonna put it up. Boom. I'm gonna put it up on this video.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, man. Because it was a video of one of the representatives. He was talking about how I think it was a representative, a senator, a politician. And he was basically talking about how messed up TikTok is because they're literally just pilfering information. That's what they're doing. They're siphoning off information from us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting canceled, bro.
Yeah.
I was telling my girl the other day, too, when we were in Florida, just looking at different people's stupid posts, people arguing. I'm just like,
yeah.
I told her, I go, if I didn't have my comedy stuff that I was doing, and I don't have my acting stuff that I used to promote, because I have gotten work because of Facebook and Instagram, posting demo reels, blah, blah. I go, if it wasn't because of that, I would delete my Facebook, and I might delete my Instagram, although it's pretty good. You can kind of stay away from, like, the hating. You know what I mean? You don't really see it too much. Like Facebook, it's just right in your face. Yeah. I probably would keep Instagram, and then I would delete everything else.
Yeah. Hey, but one more thing on TikTok. All those celebrities that were endorsing TikTok, if you still support them, you know that they know what TikTok was about. But actually, I'm not going to say that because our people are dumb as shit, and they still go support them.
They're gonna do it, man. They're like,
it's like when LeBron James, they asked him to criticize China for what China was doing, and you know what I mean. And he said, "Quiet, quick," because they're paying him. Go look it up. LeBron James in China, quiet. All these guys are owned and ran, but they're put in front of us like icon. Think of the word icon. Icon. Come on, guys. They put it in your face.
This is crazy, right?
Yeah. Because if they wanted to destroy LeBron, how easy, if he spoke out the wrong way, what would happen to him?
Oh, he's done, bro.
And the prime examples are who? Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I mean, we don't know if he did or not do it, but, you know, R.I.P. Prince. Yeah. Jello. Jello guy. Bill Cosby. Right? So all these guys who were icons said and did the wrong things at the wrong times, and you saw what happened.
Damn, dude.
That's why you see a lot of these sellouts. Yes, master. Yes, master. Oh, yeah. Anything you say, you want me to say this right now? I'll say it right now. And matter of fact, master, this is dude over there named Justin Willis. He's a free thinker. Oh no, we can't have that. We can't have that, master. We can't have free thinkers around here, master. I'm here for you, master. Can I get a piece of that, a pig ass, please? Master, they reading. They can't be reading. I'm here, master. You told me to tell you if they reading. Oh, sir.
Man, you must have a lot of fucking haters, don't you?
It's just the truth.
I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's just the truth. Right?
Bro, there's this one guy. There's this. I mean, I hate to interrupt, but there's this one. No, talking about this hater. There's this dude. I'm not even gonna say his name. He's been all up in my fucking DMs.
Talking about you or me?
Talking about you at first, and then he started talking shit about me. Like, I want to say we're like 2 or 3 episodes in, and he like, I guess he was already following me. I don't know, bro. Like, he sent me a DM, and he was like, "Tell that dumb co-host of yours or whatever," and I was like confused. Like, wait a minute, because it was on my regular page. Okay. Like, what is he talking about? I was like, oh, he's talking about Justin. Yeah. And then he sent another one. And I never said anything to you. I was like, I'm not going to send Justin. They said something else to me. I was like, why don't you tell Justin then? Why are you telling me? And then he started telling me some other shit, dude, like about me and how the other podcasts I used to do with those jokers.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, look at all of your DMs to me, dude. It's you complaining.
You complaining.
Like, hey, I don't care about that shit.
If you got a hater,
you're doing
like, right. Share, and comment.
Yeah.
If you got haters, let us know about it.
Let us know about it.
Eat it.
And then make fun of them.
Yeah, let's make fun of them. I'll roast them for you. Yeah, man.
I have fun with that shit, bro. I don't even get mad when people say, I don't think they say whatever they want.
You can't anymore because a lot of times when people, if they're not telling you facts and they're just complaining, what the hater is usually doing is deflecting.
Of what they are inside, yeah.
Of what they are inside.
Because if you're happy with your life, you're doing with what you want in your life, and like you got goals, it means your mind is on a positive. You're going to want to avoid being mad. You want to avoid the negative. You want to just avoid the conflict. You ain't got time for that shit, dude.
You ain't got time. I mean, I'll tell the truth about somebody. If somebody did something, that's not complaining. Truth is not complaining. But complaining is more so, I don't like the way he does this. I kiss my ass both cheeks.
That's funny shit. And then he started complaining that we had Eves Edwards on the podcast.
Why is that? Oh, hater.
Because of who he fought before in the past. So we're hating. Hey, supposedly. Yeah. Oh, my fault, Eves said to himself, who is his favorite knockout. My fault.
Yeah, not your fault at all. We asked the question, he gave a reply. I mean, his favorite knockout was of the Punk. He said it himself.
Like, what do you want me to do, bro? Like,
yeah, I can't say nothing, man. It is what it is. It's a fight game. Not the light game.
That's like somebody talking shit about me, making fun of me, and like somebody telling me, and I'm like, good. I'll probably go comment and think it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
If it's funny, I'll share it.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
And it was the opposite of what they wanted. They wanted me to get mad.
Yeah.
But, bro, I don't care, bro. It's not affecting my life. I'm still going to keep doing exactly what I want to do with my life. I'm still going to be laughing my ass off like I do every single day.
Yep.
And I'm still going to be hitting my goals. Nothing you could do about it.
Nothing, man. It's so crazy how people, when they're miserable, they try to make you feel miserable.
They try, bro.
That has to be like the worst feeling when they deal with a person like myself or you, where you don't let it get through to you.
Bro, especially with you, bro. I was telling my girl this. This is exactly what I told her. When I saw you, those couple of haters that you had on one of your posts. And I was like, was like, can you see why Justin has all like these type of haters, and like why it bugs him so much? And she goes, because he's a heavyweight, big black dude. He's funny and he's smiling all the time. I was like, yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, that probably drives me crazy. What are they gonna do? Tell him they're gonna beat his ass? No. No. What is what are they? They can't do nothing besides get mad.
They can't argue with me because they don't have facts. They can't beat me in a fight. Right? So it like literally, I told one guy, I said, my pinky has accomplished more in life than you.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Checkmate.
Hey, you're like, hey, guess what? My pinky has been on the San Jose State football field, and that alone. That's what you can tell them.
That's it. My pinky has done more than this motherfucking life. Right? Because guys always say, like, you lost to Curtis Blades or you got cut from the UFC. But my question to them is, have you been in the UFC? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what have you done where more than 30 people that are on your friends list on Instagram? Hey, it be those motherfuckers. They be having like 30 friends on Instagram following like 10,000 people.
Hey, with the private account where you can't view.
Hey, literally one guy. I went to his wall and he was saying I was ugly or something. And he had like this. It was all deflecting. He had like a cut that was like boom, but like long. The guy looked like he ate people.
Oh my god, dude.
Hey, but everybody who's watching, please comment, because we talked about doing that show because I want to actually get information and actually talk to people who are mixed in our community. So, people that are half black, half white, or whatever they may have, half Mexican, half, whatever, something else, half and halves. Because I want to see how that affects them mentally going through life. Does that cause confusion? Issues with allegiance? They don't know who to really, align with. Like, how does that really work sociologically and psychologically?
You know who I want to try to ask to come on?
Who's that?
Maybe I'll ask him for next week. Frank Trigg, bro.
What is he?
He's half white, half black.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
Yes.
And you know who else I want to? We could get Frank Trigg. I think that would be a great one. But I think also, oh my goodness.
Are you good with Josh Koscheck?
Who is good with Josh Koscheck overall?
I guess that's why I was asking. A stupid question, I guess.
I mean, you got Mike Kyle. I know Mike Kyle. I probably get Mike Kyle.
Oh, yes. I'm friends with Mike Kyle, too.
Yeah, we should hit him up. But there's a few people. Shout out to Mike Kyle. It's a good guy, man. It's a good guy. He actually taught me a lot. Because what happens is, and I can be honest about this. Anytime you're and you can fall for the okie doke or not.
Yeah.
Anytime you're big, black, athletic, and they don't agree with you, they always label you crazy. And either you can fall for the okie doke or you cannot. But that's usually their first go-to move. And he taught me a lot. That's all I can say about that situation. So I think he might be a really great talk, actually. But so anybody you guys know that's a half-breed, even though in reality there's no such thing as half, because you're whatever your father is, right? Because the seed.
That's it.
Whatever the seed is, you are, right? The woman is merely the soil, which is important, but the seed is of the most importance. So yeah, we should definitely check that out and see. Any ideas? You got one more idea? Who else you think? What is this guy name? He goes out with Curtis Casey, light skinned guy. Oh my goodness.
Man, I don't know.
It's okay.
I gotta look that shit up.
It's gonna kill me now, bro.
Just look it up after.
Yeah. So like those type of guys, I think that would be a great show.
Hell yeah, bro! I'm down for that shit.
All right. So yeah, man. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to what you talking about, Willis. Put the man fight Mike himself.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get it, y'all. See you guys next week. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Love you guys.
And subscribe. Peace out.